Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics never the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays.
All right, thanks everybody for joining us. This is the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. Give a big shout out to Matthew Briggs for hooking us up with that cool intro.
Yes, we got intros now.
Hey, we're moving on up a little bit.
Moving up, yeah, I like it.
Before we jump right into sports, I'm gonna give thoughts and prayers to all the people, well, everybody in the country, but especially the people in Texas. It's a sad situation that happened yesterday. You never want to see anybody get hurt, but especially little kids.
Yes.
Being that most of them were babies, you know what I mean? Most of them are under 10 years old. It's just so sad. So thoughts and prayers with everybody. You guys have anything to say on that before we jump into sports?
Yeah, just thoughts and prayers to the parents and the kids that lost someone. Is awful, and just like Steve Kerr said yesterday, something has to give, something has to change.
Yes.
And if this don't get nothing to change, then I don't know what it's going to take. So just thoughts and prayers to everybody that was affected by that.
Yeah, my sentiments are the same as you guys. I'm still thinking about what happened in Buffalo, and then to hear what happened in Texas, especially to kids, and we're not talking about teenagers. I mean, we're talking about kids. So it's sad that life is not valued anymore. That people think that this is a video game, and ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you guys, this is not Super Mario. You don't get 3 or 4 lives. We only got one crack at this thing. And, to realize that these kids won't get to experience things like the first time they drive a car, walking across the stage for, 8th grade graduation, high school graduation. It's a sad thing. And, especially for teachers. My wife is a teacher. So, to think that somebody can just walk in and it's over, and shout out to the teachers that were there trying to protect the kids and covering the kids up, man. Just thoughts and prayers with everybody affected, teachers, parents, other members of the staff or faculty. Our thoughts and prayers are with you guys, and like you said, Greg, it was emotional evening, watching Steve Kerr. He brought up a good point. We have to go out here and play a basketball game, but there are just more important things that need to be addressed as a nation. So I just, in the words of Rodney King, man, why we just all can't get along?
Yeah.
And on the flip side, other side of that as well, if you're having problems, mental problems, any kind of problems, and you feel like you got to hurt yourself or go hurt somebody else, go get some help.
Yeah,
talk to somebody. Talk to somebody.
Don't do something to ruin your life and the lives of others just because you're too proud to go get help. Go get help. There's no
and I thoughts and prayers are with his family.
No shame in getting help.
He killed his grandma too, from what I'm hearing. So my thoughts and prayers are with his family and the loss of their matriarch. Killing your grandmother, I couldn't imagine. Right. So
Crazy, man.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got Con Man in the comment sections.
Hey, how's it going, Common?
Yeah. So
Yeah, man,
it's
something has to change. I don't know what they're going to do because all they're worried about is battling over who has power. They're not worried about what
Exactly.
needs to
and
be
Ri-
taken care of.
yeah, Ricky, we understand. Unfortunately, we're not the politicians. But we can do our job as citizens, and we need to start. I think as citizens, we need to hold politicians accountable. Like we have to like really care though. We have to start petitions. We have to get out here and voice our opinions. Use
Yeah,
our platform to tell these politicians about themselves, man. Because the sad thing is, we vote the same people in all the time. I don't care if you're Republican. I don't care if you're Democrat. If you want to see some change, maybe it's time to get some new blood in there. Stop having all these old senior citizens that got their way of thinking.
Yep,
So
well, I think there should be
that's true.
a term set on Congress. You shouldn't be able to be in Congress for no 20 years. There should be a term on it, just like there is on president and everything else.
yeah,
That way, because times change with generations. That way, you're
yes,
people from that generation that are going to be in charge.
Right.
yeah.
Not people are still living back in the damn 50s and 60s.
Yeah, some of them senators want to still hang me with a noose. I mean, let's just keep it real.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some in there.
Yeah, no,
There's
I
some
understand.
in
That's what I'm
there.
saying.
Yeah.
I think that's one of our big problems, though, is the Congress don't evolve with the generations.
They don't.
It stays the same. If you had terms, I think
Mhm.
you would see things progress more because people that in them each generation are going to be coming up and are going to be running things. So
Right.
they're going to be with the times and not stuck in the damn old days.
Old days. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
But on that note, what the hell happened last night? I thought for sure the Warriors would close that game out. They didn't show up to play. They didn't.
You know what their heart.
They thought like I did. Dallas was going to roll over.
Yeah, you know what their heart was still in San Francisco. They just gonna end it at home. I think the Warriors just like sending people home when they can literally send you home. Dallas came to play, and you know what? I would say the real difference in between last night and all the previous nights of games is that Dallas were hitting shots that they were getting.
Man.
They were knocking down. I mean, Bullock made up for it for that old 10
Yeah.
night. Jalen Brunson showed up. Luka didn't really have the best shooting night, but you can tell Luka once again allowed his team to help him.
Yeah, I was going to say Luka made a big assist there when the Warriors got it within 8 when he drove to the goal and threw it around the defender's back and got that goal.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, he done as much damage passing the ball last night as he did shooting.
That's why I call him Luka Magic. I mean, Luka do some things on the court that you like, wow.
But they almost messed around too much and let the Warriors back in the game.
Did you see him? No. Did you see Kaminga come in?
Come back and win that game. I was going to go crazy. I'm sitting here. I was like, "There's no way they're going to come back and win this game." And they got within 8. I'm thinking, there's a real chance.
Yes, Lord. But you know what though? That showed me that it was nothing to panic. Yeah, that showed me it was nothing to panic about. The Warriors clearly got this series under control. As you can see, a 20-point lead means nothing to them.
And they were doing it with the bench players.
With the reserves. Jordan Poole finally started to, and that's who I wanted to see getting rhythm. We need to see Jordan Poole is going to have to step up big at the at the Warriors plan on beating anybody in the East. Because we can call this Maverick series over with. If the Mavericks do find a way to come back from 0-3, I'm going to proclaim Luka as the up and coming GOAT. But I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr was right on point last night. You're exactly
He was.
Steve Kerr was awesome, in his pregame interview.
Yeah, but you know what Steve Kerr has been through.
That's right. Yeah,
his dad got murdered. Like,
so it's a touchy subject for Steve, and we love Steve Kerr, man. Steve Kerr has always been a voice for the voiceless and stepping up, not just for kids' rights, but minority rights. And he's one of our allies, man. You know what I'm saying? People like him, people like Chris Gonzo, who does this show with us, man, to show people that there's unity, amongst us as American people. I just wish everybody would sit at the table like we do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, world would be awesome if everybody would just
sit at the
treat how
table,
you want to
man.
be treated and enjoy everybody, man. Just talking
That's
to people.
it.
Talk, yeah.
I have a blast every day getting on here talking to you guys.
Man, me as well, bro. That's
true, yeah, definitely.
Look, I'm at work right now, and I still wanted to find a little time just to come on here, show my face, say what up to my guys, man. You know, we trying to do some big things over here, so you know, and I look at this as a way to show people that, you know, Hispanic people, white people, black people, Asian people, Latino people, you know, everybody can sit at the table. We all have a difference of opinion, but at the end of the day, we show love and respect to each other, and that's what counts.
Yeah, definitely. As far as the game last night,
Yes, sir. Break it down, Greg.
Reggie Bullock, he must have heard all the crap we was talking and calling him a bum and all that for the 0 for 10, and he made the 6-3. So the others stepped up for Dallas. That's why they won that game last night. So for this to get interesting, the others will have to do it again.
Yes.
And I just don't see the others doing it again in that game 5. So I think it'll be done on a Thursday. Golden State shouldn't worry about that. Go ahead and get that last game, you know, off their mind. The roof was leaking. That didn't help.
Oh my God!
Everybody's
delayed because of rain.
Yeah.
When's the last time you see the NBA game get stopped for the rain?
Yeah.
Did you see the look on Mark Cuban's face?
Yeah, he was like, "I paid this much money for this."
And then they took the camera and put it on that dude standing there with the umbrella.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that kind of threw everybody's, you know, timing off too. So, but Golden State is fine. It was just one bad game, and I do expect them to close it off in game 5.
Man, Dallas tried to pull the old Greg Popovich move. Remember how he turned the air conditioner off? Hey, Dallas, because I really think that and I said this last night. I said, you know what? That might affect the Warriors, man, because you coming out, you focus on the third quarter. Now you no longer loose because now you just standing around like, man, when they gonna fix this leak? I was like, man, old Mark Cuban pulled one over on him, but it was all good though, man.
Yeah,
I
think it's over next game.
It's over.
The Warriors didn't play very good, and still almost came back in that game. So I mean, and the Warriors are going to play better defense this game. I think they'll come out more intense, play better defense, and I think they'll win this next game.
I think Clay needs to get out of his head.
Yeah,
I think Clay wants to produce so much for this team.
He tries to do
that you can almost see him forcing the issue.
Yep.
I think he needs to get out of his own head. He needs to let the game come to. If I'm Draymond, considering I'm the leader of this team and I'm the voice for this team, I'm sitting Clay down and I'm like, look, bro, we know what you're capable of. We know Game 6, Clay. We know all the great things you've done to us. Let your game come to you, bro. We gonna pass you the ball. We gonna make sure you get great shots, but you gotta let the game come to you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, because you can tell Clay he's trying to do some things, you know, where I think he's moving too fast and he's not getting his legs under his shot. You gotta realize you've been gone for 2 years, bro. There's gonna be some games where you like, man, I still got it. There's gonna be some games where you have some growing pains.
Yeah, and next season, that second year coming back, that's when he's gonna be better. Yeah, because it usually takes 2 years after, you know, knee surgeries to
Mike Hughes.
So, what's going on, Mike?
You know I love Mike, man. That's my guy, man. Shout out to him too. Look, I think the Sky were going against the Fever, and I was laughing to myself like, oh, that's gonna be Gonzo versus Mike Hughes.
You're right.
Yeah, and the Fever played them close. I was kind of surprised how close that game was because Fever
Hey,
was struggling.
Yeah.
shout out to our Sky, baby. You know,
I'll
we're
tell you
going
what,
for another one.
do you guys watch much WNBA?
I'm getting into it very much so
I'll tell you
now.
what,
Watch a
I
little
enjoy
bit.
watching it, man. It's a good competitive game.
It's very competitive, man. People underestimate what the women can do, man.
I
Like,
wish they wouldn't start the season during the NBA playoffs.
yeah, I think they does them a disservice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like I think it does them a big disservice, it needs change immediately, is why the hell they do the NCAA women's tournament at the same time as the men's March Madness?
Yeah,
It's so stupid. Do them at separate times, because if you do them at separate times, that women's tournament would grow so
Yeah.
much if it wasn't competing against that March Madness tournament that's already just an established tournament.
yeah. But you know what though? You look at though, it's some nice turnouts for those WNBA games. Like people show up. I was watching the game the Aces, Las Vegas Aces
Places, yeah.
versus the Phoenix Mercury.
Last night, didn't they?
Man, that team looks deadly.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like the Aces. They look nice. I'm interested to see how them and the Sky match up against each other. But for sure, you know, shout out to the WNBA. Shout out to the ladies just doing things. I was watching Sportsl last night too. Those ladies do an awesome job.
The only other thing WNBA needs to do is put more games on TV.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I like watching. I've been watching a lot of it here, especially here lately.
And you know what? I'm screaming every time I get a chance, man. Bring Brittany home. You know, bring Brittany home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be one of her voices as well.
That was actually one of the topics.
They need to bring her home. I understand. You know, Russia has their own laws and ways that they do things, and you know, if she got to serve her time, she got to serve her time. I just don't want the U.S. to forget about her. Realize that one of our people is over there in captivity, and we need to be doing everything we can to bring her home.
Yep. She's already been over there too long. It's time for doing something.
But this is a testament to why they need to pay these women more. Because she wouldn't have to go play in Russia if we had equal pay. Now I understand the pay is not going to be as equal because it's based on ticket sales, TV deals, and all that. But I feel like these women put enough asses and seats to get some money.
Exactly.
Definitely more money than what they're getting.
Yes, sir.
That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, they're talented, man. They're fun. It's fun to watch.
It is.
If you haven't checked out the WNBA, you need to go check it out.
Oh yeah.
It is. Especially playoff time. Oh, yeah. Playoff time, man. You want to talk about some scrapping women. They out there scrapping.
Yeah, they're scrapping for real. Yeah.
If everything goes, I'll be going to my first Fever game covering it for ASAP.
Oh man! Next shout out to you, Gonzo.
I'm looking forward to that because I want to see the atmosphere and stuff. I've been watching so much of it on TV. I think it's gonna be cool being there.
You know what? I haven't been, but just watching how close I was with the Chicago Sky, it almost gives you that college feel. You know, everybody's making some noise. Everybody's, you know, they're real supportive of the women here. You know, and I'm glad that they're starting to get some more eyes now. You know, of people wanting to see women's basketball because you know these women can play. And just like in anything, like you look at Clarissa Shields. You look at what she's doing in the boxing world. You know how she just dominating people, and she switched to do a little MMA at one point in time. You know, so I mean, these women out here. You know, if you want to see some talent, there's definitely some talent with our women counterparts, man. So shout out to all you ladies out there doing your thing in the world of sports.
Hey, hell, if you look at, you mentioned UFC. A lot of times when you watch them UFC cards, the women's fights are the best fights on the card.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Lord.
Best fights. Yeah.
I know Cyborg was dominating for a long time. Oh man.
Yeah. WNBA is
Calm in.
Is very good. I remember when WNBA first started.
Yeah.
That's showing how old I am. I remember when it first started, and Houston Comets, Cheryl Swoop, Cynthia Cooper.
Yeah.
That was a dynasty. And when I say everybody watched, everybody watched.
Yeah.
That started.
Cheryl Miller, she played, didn't she, as well? Or
Yeah, Cheryl Miller did. Yes.
Yeah, I think she caught the tail end because I think
Yeah.
she made her name like in the Olympics.
Yeah, she'd already had a big name, and it was like the tail end of her career. But she was tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started watching, Lisa Leslie was the big name.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie.
I remember when the WNBA started, though.
Yep. Yeah, she was. Yeah.
Yeah, she was a big name, and then I started getting into it. Like Diana Taurasi is my favorite player in the WNBA. And at one point in time, the Minnesota Lynx was my favorite team. I loved me some Maya Moore, Simone Augustus.
Yeah.
Man, they had Welling. They had
Yep.
a little squad over there in Minnesota, boy. So yeah, I've definitely watched the WNBA. They got some great players, and shout out to them making getting the 2K and getting their version of on 2K and everything like that for real.
Yeah, they're making some big steps over there. Like I said, I really enjoy the product. Ricky Smith said he enjoys it in Washington.
Oh
He
yeah,
watches the Mystics a lot on TV and is looking forward to going to his first person in game. We're going to a game in person soon.
Oh, that's her name too. My girl used to be from the Atlanta Dream, Angel McCautry.
Oh yeah, Angel McCautry. Yeah.
Ooh, Angel used to just let that thing ride. I called her the female Mellow. Angel was my girl. She was a dog, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, Con Man, we've told you you're welcome anytime. The link is in the morning chat.
Yeah.
Come on, Con Man. I didn't get a chance to jump on the morning show, so I definitely wanted to, show my face on here. I'm gonna be recording my show tonight as well. So I don't have a StreamYard or anything, man. But one day I'm gonna have to set up, man. One of y'all come on my show as well, man. I'd love to, have some conversations and let my audience see you guys, man.
Oh yeah, I'll come on anytime, man.
Heck yeah.
Yes, sir.
That show we done the other night done pretty good.
Man, that show was awesome, man. It was fun just telling stories, man. Greg, man, we even Con Man broke out some stories, man. Like I'm listening to him and him talking, about Sam Smith and what I'm saying, and just different the Dr. J stories and things like that, man. It's you never know, people and their experiences. So when you just hear the everybody's love for sports, you know what I'm saying? It was a beautiful thing, man. It was a great time.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. You saw where I shared it and stuff. It was doing pretty good. I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I can't wait till me and Chris do these wrestling episodes, baby. I know we gonna do some numbers.
Oh, yeah. I love doing the wrestling shows.
Yeah, man. I told you, me and my former CFO or CSO, I'm sorry, Chief Sales Officer. He came on my show. We did it through a Zoom meeting. We did top 10 factions of all time. And we had a ball doing that. Of course, my top faction was NWO, with him being much older than me. His top faction was the Four Horsemen, and it was just fun breaking down why, because I mean, if you ask me today, the bloodline would be up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, it's always a good time to just talk about things we love, man.
You have a blast too. My dad, we call him the encyclopedia of wrestling. He knows like everything, but that's all he watches. He watches Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday, Friday, and then on the weekend, me and him are usually at an independent show. If wrestling's on, he watches it. If he has to be at work, he records it. So
yes, sir.
He don't
and
miss
that's cool too. You get to enjoy that stuff with your father, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Happy Early Father's Day to you guys too, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We got to show the men some love too, man.
Yeah.
You know, we get our one Black and Decker commercial.
What you guys think about? What you guys think about tonight's game? Celtics and Heat. I'm going with the Celtics.
Yeah.
I just think the Celtics are the better team, and injuries. I think the Celtics have been able to handle them a little better so far. Their bench has been able to handle them better than what Miami. And hell, Miami starters couldn't even score last game. So, and the other thing that concerns me that makes it hard for me to take Miami is Jimmy Butler's health.
Mm-hmm.
He had 6 points last game, and he said it wasn't because of his injury, but he ain't gonna come out and say it because he's a tough dude. But you could tell something's not right, and if he can't be effective, I think Miami's gonna be in trouble.
Oh, for sure. We don't know Tyler Hero's status. You know, he was out due to injury, and health has been a big problem. Health and consistency has been a big problem for the Heat. You know, as I mentioned, even with Jimmy Butler healthy, you know, we have times where he'll give you a 40-point outing, he'll give you a 30-point triple-double, and then the next game or two, he's giving you 9 points, 10 points, 6 points. So consistency has always been a problem with Jimmy Butler to me, which is why it's been so hard for me to say he's a flat-out superstar. He's definitely a stud, but to say superstar, I need to see that on a consistent basis. That's just me personally. And then second thing, Miami's been unhealthy all year. Kyle Lowry's had health problems. Oladipo's had health problems. Jimmy's had health problems. Hell, we still haven't seen the Morris training. So, you know, health has been a huge problem for Miami. So I'm still riding with my prediction, Boston in 6. I got Boston tonight, and of course, Boston around them out in game 6. And I just think Miami has ran its course.
Yeah, same. I think Boston is going to win tonight. Miami will play a better game.
Yeah.
So it'll be closer because I know Coach Spo and then Pat Riley probably put the whooping stick on them over that off day and going over film and all that. So, but even with that, I just think Jason Tatum, he's playing on a different level right now.
Yeah.
So that, if Marcus Smart plays also tonight, then yes, I'm definitely going with the Celtics.
Yeah.
What you think, Con Man?
Con Man.
Well, hey, the comment is in the building, y'all. The comment is in the building, y'all. You know something? I truly believe that Miami's gonna win tonight. Butler's not.
You're not saying that out of. You're not saying that out of hating for Boston, right?
No.
Well, you already know how I am. I hate Boston. But anyway, I'm trying to tell y'all is that I think Miami's going to play a lot better tonight. I think that Butler's not going to get no damn 6 points tonight. I think Miami, they were in first place in the Eastern Conference for a reason. I think they're going to be all right. You know, I think the Celtics, they have injuries as well. And if Butler can come and play the way he normally plays, I got to roll with Miami, for real. But first of all, I want to thank Rob and my man Chris, because the other night, man, we did a damn thing. It was great, man. It was awesome.
Yes, sir.
I really appreciate both of you coming on. I had a blast.
Oh, man, I had a great time. I can't wait to do that again, actually. It was worth staying up late. It was worth staying up late. I definitely enjoyed it.
And we were up late.
Most time I go like 45 minutes to an hour, and I think we went like hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, we was getting close to that 2-hour mark, man. Because sometimes you can get to talking about sports and
I looked up,
you just get lost in the time.
He has to be at work tomorrow. I got to get off here.
Hey, Chris, thank you so much, Chris.
Hey, like I said, you guys are welcome anytime, man.
Yes,
I
Lord.
enjoy having people to talk to. It's a lot more enjoyable doing the show with somebody than doing it by yourself.
Let me tell you, because I do my show by myself, man. That's one of the things that people be like, dude, you got talent. I'm like, well, I just talk a lot. But I can have a conversation even with myself. But when you actually get to debate somebody or, you know, just a meeting of the minds, it's more enjoyable to do your show that way. But don't get me
Like you
wrong
said,
now.
Like you said, telling stories, man.
Yeah, man. Don't get me wrong though. I can talk to myself.
Man, I used to on my show. It would just be me, and then I started, having other people come on, and I've interviewed coaches now and everything. So it's definitely more fun when there's somebody else there for sure.
Hey, know something though? Let me tell you something, Greg. All right, you my boy, right? I love you, man. You sit back there, you're so calm and cool and collected. But you know something? I know how you are. I already know how you are. You know what I'm saying?
If Pat Mahomes have a bad game, he coming slamming on tables.
Oh yeah,
this is not the way.
Come on, Greg. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's bad. If there's ever a bad Chiefs game, trust believe that episode of Red Kingdom gonna be lit.
What's up, CG Ruthless Sport?
What's going on, CG, man? You know.
Going on.
Hey, but speaking of that though, comment, I understand what you're saying. I just think the Celtics got it, man.
You know one thing that could be dangerous? Oh, he left. But you know one thing that could be dangerous?
What's that?
Duncan Robinson got hot at the end of that game and saw some shots go in. If he could get shooting the ball well, he could be an X factor if they give him some playing time and he shots on him.
It's gonna be hard to give him playing time though because
he can't play defense.
He lacks so much defensively. It's like, dude, can you just even if you gotta foul him, just don't be out there and be a liability.
Bite his knee if you need to.
Or watch players like Steph or Luka. Like these are guys that are not defensively sound, but they do enough to stay on the court.
Right.
Yeah,
I thought I ran you off, man.
You know what I mean? You got to put a little bit of effort in there.
No, hell no.
Because Celtics was gonna win. He was like, oh.
I love it. Jimmy Neutron went nuts.
Oh, Jimmy Neutron. I heard Mike call him that the other day, boy. I fell out in tears.
Oh, I love it.
He called Duncan Robinson Jimmy Neutron. And it's like, he don't look like Jimmy Neutron. He look like the friend. He looked like the friend, the best friend. Oh man, but yeah, man, I think the Celtics are gonna bring it tonight. They're gonna bring it tonight. I think I just, you know what though, but like I said, my only problem with the Celtics has been Jaylen Brown and Tatum has both been so inconsistent. It's like it's either one or the other. I don't think I can recall a game throughout the playoffs where they both got off.
You're correct. Now let me ask y'all something, because it was on the show this morning. Do you think that is sustainable? What the Celtics have? I mean, they got a young crew. Ain't nobody over 30 except Horford. Do you think they keep the team together, or do they make a move if they lose this series?
I would say if they lose, if they don't win a championship, they're going to be looking to bring somebody else in to, I think, help Brown and Tatum. But I think for the most part, they don't have any real like max players where they can't afford to bring in somebody else. So they got a lot of expendable pieces. So I think you keep your core and Tatum and Brown and Marcus Smart, and everybody else is kind of expendable.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Unless you're gonna get Donovan Mitchell or somebody like that, go ahead and keep your core the same. Or even if you can still have Tatum, Brown, and Smart, and have Mitchell as well if you want to go that route.
And y'all gotta remember too, they got a first year coach. I mean, I think that they're gonna end up being a lot better next year as well.
We're gonna find out how good Stevens is as a GM.
Yeah,
Brad Stevens. Yeah. Well, he's done very well so far.
He's done well so far.
Yeah.
During the next couple of years, we'll really see how good he is as a GM.
Yeah.
I was surprised he made that move. I liked him as a coach, but
Yeah, me too.
he coached here in Indiana, so I wanted them. I was hoping he was going to go to IU, and then he went to Boston.
Yeah.
I think it was just time for his career path. As a head coach, he took that team far. At least they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I just think, hey, he was presented with a chance to be able to have a little bit more control of the roster and the moves being made, where he probably seen things that Danny Ainge hadn't seen. So and it goes back to like our senator conversation.
Yep.
Sometimes you got to get these old guys out of office, and that's even in the sports world because they're not sticking with the times. You got to get an evolutionary thinker, somebody that's going to evolve.
It's in
Yeah,
the business world, and everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know, because Chiefs, we got one of the best, and Brett Veach. He's young, and ever since he's been the GM here with the Chiefs have been great. So
Yeah.
when you get a young person in there that knows what they're doing, it's awesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And nothing against my old folks, It's
Yeah,
just
nothing against
sometimes
the
it
nothing
get to a
against
point where
the-
you've done all you can do. It's time to sit back and collect the money.
There it is.
Absolutely.
There it is.
And you know something? I think too many general managers and owners are placing so much stuff on analytics.
Yeah.
You know something?
I agree.
Let's go old school. Eye test.
Eye
Yeah.
test. Yes.
I agree 100% with that. I hate analytics.
Because analytics don't tell the full story. Like I'm not gonna go as far as to say I hate analytics, but analytics to me doesn't tell the full story. Because you can have somebody that's analytically
I guess I should
like they look good on paper, but then when you watch him, you like, yeah, well, he gets his stats in garbage time. Perfect example. Look at Dak Prescott. If we look at Dak Prescott on paper, you're like, man, he's not a bad quarterback. But if you watching the actual game and you're looking at it with your eyes, and in my case, I got 4. You realize that a lot of his points and touchdowns he gets in garbage time.
Yeah.
Like the game is out of hand, so they don't care.
I need to rephrase it. I don't hate analytics. I just don't think analytics should be the be all. If you're
end all be all. Yes, sir.
You're not. I don't think you're going to go anywhere. You can use a mixture, and I think you're all right. But you can't just go strictly off analytics. You have to use the eye test to feel the game. Who has the momentum? I mean, there's so many things that factor in the decisions than just looking at some numbers.
Yeah, I agree.
Fellas, what I think is that the owners and managers, they rely so much on the analytics, and it's taken away from the game itself. You know what I mean? I mean, damn. Eye test is the key. And these owners and managers rely on these analytics. Nah, I'm sorry, man. You got the eye test. You can tell who can play. And analysts can't tell how much hot you have.
No.
That's right. When I see a coach win a championship using the analytics, that's when I'll start believing it. Until that day happens, I don't believe in analytics. I just can't.
No. Let me ask you guys a question. A lot of people have been talking, there's been a lot of reports and stuff that says that the NBA needs to change their playoff format to make the playoffs better because there's been so many. It's been like the most over 20-point blowout games in this playoffs been in history. Well, but I mean, what changes could they even make to try to make it better?
All right, Greg, you go ahead. Rob, you go ahead. I'm gonna hit this.
Okay.
Y'all go ahead first.
I don't know what I mean. Back in the day, the first round was 5 games, and then you had your 2 best of 7s. If you want to go back to that, okay. I mean, that's fine, but I don't know what else you can do. Now, I will say in the playoffs, I feel like it's too many days off in between games. I will say that. you can because a lot of times in the first and second round you have your game one, and then it's like, all right, well, 3 days later we'll be back for game two. It's like, why?
Yeah.
It's like, why are we? We're not traveling nowhere. We don't need no 3 days off. It's still at the same place. So I feel like for the first 2 games, have them every other day. That'll get the flow going, and then when it's time to travel, of course, give them that extra day to get themselves right, and everything. But that's the only complaint I have is sometimes in between games when there's no travel is too many days off. So if they can cut that part down, then maybe that would make for less blowouts and stuff. But other than that, I don't see what else the NBA can do. The players still going to have to play. I mean, there's always going to be blowouts in some playoffs. It's not like hockey. I'm sure there's probably been some blowouts during the
hockey. There's been more blowouts this year in hockey than in history as well.
Okay, so I mean, it's just that stuff happens. People, it's bad games, and those things happen. So there's nothing concrete that the NBA can do to stop games from being blowouts. I mean, that's just silly to me. But the only suggestion I would make is first 2 games, there's no travel, have them play every other day. And then when it's a travel day, give them those 2 days. That's the only thing.
Rob, you still there? Go ahead, Con, man.
Where the hell is Rob at? Where the hell is he? What the hell is
I'm here.
He's here.
I'm here. My bad, John. I'm ordering lunch. I just thought about it. Like I gotta eat. I gotta eat it, then show my face back in the office before they be like, "Where's Rob?"
Well, let Rob do his thing. I'm gonna y'all.
You know what though? I don't really know what you can do, honestly. As far as changing why they think there's so many blowouts going on. Because if you really pay attention to it, what you gonna do? Go back to 5 games? I mean, other than that, you got to look at the coaches. That's what I'm saying. Like, your team got to bring it. I think the problem is a lot of these teams, especially that got home court advantage, if you get a substantial lead, sometimes they take a game off, and that's going to happen. And then also, too, some teams just don't play that well on the road. So I don't think it's nothing the NBA can do. I think it's just, teams have to play better. But it's really kind of hard to tell the NBA that you guys need to do a better job to make these games more competitive. I think teams need to do a better job of making sure their players are competitive.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
There you go, Con, man. It's all yours.
Let me roll. Let me do my damn. All right, let me tell y'all something real quick. First of all, Rob, I love you to death. Greg, Chris, y'all. Let me tell you something. I'm old school. I'm over the dirt. But let me tell you something real quick. Back in the day, they had the 7-game series, 2-2-1-1-1. Then they changed it to 2-3-1-1. And now they're going back again to the old ways, which was 2-2-1-1-1. And there's really nothing you can do. Matter of fact, the games are already pre-scheduled. There's nothing you can do. This games are pre-scheduled. And they don't know that this game's going to be blowouts. They have no idea. They're just doing the schedule based on the TV contracts, etc. So they don't know what's going to happen. They can't predict there's going to be blowouts. You have no idea what's going to happen. Again, as I said before, the game is about chess and checkers, about teams making adjustments. And some teams can make them, some teams can't. And that's the key. But as far as what can they do, they can't do a damn thing. I think they have, could you give them more rest? More time off before games? Maybe. But right now, with the NBA being besieged by injuries, That's a major factor as well. So, you know, I mean, the home court advantage, I believe, is very important. But to answer your question, the NBA can't. They've done what they can. They set the standards. Now the players gonna play.
What if? Let me ask you guys this: what if they decided for the playoffs not to go by conferences and just seeded the, what is it, 16 teams that get in, seed the top 16 by records? You think that would change anything where you're going to weed out some more of the bottom teams because you're not going?
Well, that would defeat the purpose of the NBA.
This conference. You know what I'm saying?
Chris, that would defeat the purpose of the NBA. The reason why the NBA is the way it is.
No, I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just put that as an option.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea.
I just heard it as an option.
I don't think it's a good idea because you're gonna always have situations in different years where certain conferences are stronger.
I don't think there's anything you can do.
Yeah, for the instance of this year, I think it would have been more Eastern Conference teams playing the Western Conference if we was going about that.
And also the fact, Chris, is the fact that the Western teams play the Western teams more than they play the Eastern teams.
You'd have to change the schedule up. You'd have to change the schedule where you played everybody and stuff. If you done something like that, you would.
Now you know what I would say this. If you kind of want to stop the blowouts from happening, I think you have to make the regular season more competitive. I think too many teams play against weaker teams in their division, and they're able to kind of balloon their record when their record wouldn't be like that had they been playing more competitive teams.
Hard to even the schedule up.
Yeah, because so if you look at a team like the Lakers when they're strong, you got the Kings in your conference, and you get to see the Kings 4 times. Those are 4 games you I can win those games. Now, if you cut down and you make them play the Eastern Conference teams maybe 3 times a season instead of twice, I think you got something going there, and vice versa. Go ahead, Rob. Rob with the ideas. NBA hire me.
Rob's the man.
Come get our guy Rob. Find him at Rob 2 cents.
Hey, I'm telling you though, because I pay attention to that. Like if you look at the Bulls, Indiana, Cleveland, these at one point in times were teams that it wasn't competitive. So if you look when Paul George left the Pacers kind of faltered a little bit. You look at when LeBron left Cleveland faltered a little bit. So it was easy for a team like the Bulls to look pretty good, or you look at the Detroit Pistons, they haven't been competitive since a long time, since Chauncey Billups. So yeah. So
and some fellas too, the fact is the landscape of the NBA, although I love the NBA, this year's draft is going to be terrible. After the first 5 picks, there ain't nobody there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what teams like New Orleans or the bottom level teams, what can they do? There's not that much talent in the draft. What y'all think?
Yeah, true. It's not. I mean,
it's not. Chet Holmgren is 7 foot, what? 170, weighs 155 pounds. Come on now. He can't do nothing in the NBA. They're going to beat his. You know what?
Let me say this right now. Chet Holmgren is going to be a bust. So let's get that out. Let's get that out.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Unless the only way he's not going to be a bust if he can go, if he somehow works his ass off and can put on 50 to 60 pounds.
He got
something like that. Yeah, something like that.
How the hell is he going to be a top 3 pick for real?
He's not. He's not a top 3 pick to me. But
I've been watching him in high school. I've been watching his games. I don't see it, man. I don't see it.
I don't see it either, but the way everybody's talking, they're acting like he's probably going to be the number 1 pick. I wouldn't pick him number 1.
No.
Orlando, I think they're going to take Ivory or my man from Auburn. I'm hoping
the Pacers. We have the 6th pick. I'm hoping they draft Keegan Murray from Iowa.
Oh, he's not. He's nice.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's nice.
I'm hoping
Paolo Banchero is the best player in this draft.
I think he's the most NBA ready.
He's NBA ready. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Duke fan. This is real now. Paolo Banchero he's ready for the league.
The most NBA ready. Yes, I agree with you, Greg.
I agree with that as well.
I don't agree with you too much, Greg, but I agree with you now. I agree.
Yeah. So yeah, Paolo, I mean, his game is awesome. So anybody that gets him, they're gonna be They're gonna be good.
Now look, y'all. What is Chet Holmgren going to do? He can't post up nobody. He can shoot from the perimeter. He can handle a little bit. But what? Come on, man. Teams gonna be like, they're gonna bang him up, man. Come on, he can't handle it.
Yeah,
I see that.
I mean, yeah, he's 7'1", but he's gonna be shooting jump shots basically because he can't. I mean, he can't bang.
He can't go in the paint.
Yeah, he can't bang with nobody, so he's gonna have to put on some weight, and you know that's gonna take time too.
Who y'all talking about?
Chet
Holmgren.
Oh yeah, man. Somebody said they think he's gonna be a bust. I'm like, I might have to agree, but let's see.
I'm not saying he's gonna be a bust. I said he's gonna have a long road to go. He
I think
about 45 pounds. Come on, man.
I think Bonchero is the best person out of this.
That's what we said. That's what Greg said. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
What did you guys think?
NBA ready.
What do you guys think of the all NBA teams? Do you think they got it right?
Why was Steph on
get off?
I'm trying to figure out. Why was he on the second?
That's what I was trying to figure out. How he went
on the
Are y'all talking about Joel Embiid? You talk about Joel Embiid?
No.
Steph was on.
Now you all know, right? When you make the first, second, third team, that affects your extension.
Well, I think this though.
Know that, right?
Let me say this. I think hey, how you feeling? I think it was hard to kind of put Steph Curry on that list because Ja Morant and Luka had such a great year.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, true.
Yeah, but you can
this is a tough year. This one's tough. This one's very tough.
I mean, I
can pick so many people.
They have Booker on there above Ja and Steph.
Yeah, but Booker, if you look at, I think you needed to have somebody from Phoenix to represent on the first team just due to their record. Had the best record in the league. So if it wasn't going to be Chris Paul, then you were going to have to put Book on there, and especially there's so many dominant point guards because you can really count Luka as a point guard, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, they got Luka. They got Luka as a shooting guard, number one on the first team.
Yeah, so I think it was Ja, Devin, Luka.
Ja's on the second team.
Is he on the second team?
Yeah, first team is Booker, Doncic, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Jokic.
Right. Now, last year, y'all, Tatum didn't make the All-NBA team, and he lost out on a whole lot of money.
Yes.
Because when you make that first, second, third team, they go with the extension. He didn't make it, but now he made it this year. He lost $30 million.
Ooh.
It was $30 million is what they said this morning on one of the
exactly. So guess what? He's gonna make up for it now because he's on the first team.
He's
gonna make up for it now.
Yep.
Well, I was just happy that they gave some love to DeMar DeRozan. I think he made the second team or third team. So
yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
Second team is Embiid, Morant, Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah,
that's not a bad second team.
And third team was Chris Paul, Trae Young, LeBron, Pascal, and Cat.
Yep.
Oh, not bad. That's not bad.
Now I won't lie, I was shocked about Pascal.
Yeah.
I was shocked because he didn't really make any noise to me this year. I'm surprised that maybe they didn't go, I don't know, maybe Jimmy, or you're finding a way to get Jimmy on there as a forward.
Yeah. And Toronto didn't really play that well the whole year.
And if you look, nobody from Miami was on there when Miami had the best record in the East. So
good point, but good point. Good.
Yeah, like I said, I thought they were pretty good. Other than I felt like either Morant or Curry could have been on there over Booker, but other than that, I thought the teams were pretty good.
Tough. This year was tough.
Yeah,
so many great players, so many things
it was
going
hard
on now.
This year.
It's tough. It's tough.
And also it could have been payback for Booker being like snubs all those years on the All-Star team.
Yeah.
So he could have been trying to, make things right with him. Like, okay, we'll make you NBA All First Team because I don't think Booker is a likable person with the fans. So I don't see him making like an NBA starter as as an All Star, being a starter in the All Star game, no time soon. So
All right, folks.
Yeah,
Do you think it's right for reporters to be making the votes?
I think it should be a mixture of players that are in the Hall of Fame, make a committee.
yeah,
And if you want to have a few reporters in there as well, that's fine, but it shouldn't be all reporters. I think you could do a mixture of the two.
Because hey, if I'm a reporter, right, not me.
And then
hey, Chris, if I'm a reporter, not me, I'm just saying, and I'm talking to Embiid or somebody, and they give me a hard time, I may not vote.
Well, I know, I understand that.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but
should the reporters who report on the game all year long, how much power should they have?
But even if
who never played the game.
Yeah, but the same thing is if you use like say Hall of Fame players, you never know what relationship a player might have with another player, and it can be affected that way. So
that's true. That's that's true.
So I mean, it's hard. You know, what I mean, I don't know. I don't think there's any perfect way. But I don't think it should all be reporters at all. If you want to have maybe like 50-50, I'd be happy with, or 60-40 players, but something like that. But it shouldn't just be all reporters, even some of the coaches. Let some of the coaches. They see every game.
I hear you. That's good. Good point. I like that.
I agree. Yeah. All right, guys, man. Well, it's been fun. I gotta head back to the office, man. But glad to spend that little time with you guys, man.
Hey, Rob, you know we're gonna hook up. You already know.
All right, it's good.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, guys. All right.
All right, but coaches should be in that. Hall of Fame players, fans should get a vote. So yeah, I mean, that's how it should be.
I think so.
That's how it should be. But this was the first time I think it said the first time the first team is made up entirely of players 27 years or younger since 1954 and 50.
Wow, I didn't know that. Wow.
That shows you how much young talent's in the league right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, you look at Golden State. They got two players who are 19 years old. Think about it. Golden State got two players 19 years old.
19, yeah.
Come on, man. I got two laces older than that.
And making contributions in the Western Conference Finals.
Yes.
Yep.
Coming in playing quality minutes.
Yep.
And one of the players right now who ain't playing, he's like 19 himself.
Yep.
Wiseman, I think.
Wiseman. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, NBA is great, man. NBA is great for a lot of players, man. Hey, can I ask you all a question? What do y'all think about the NIL? I want your feedback on that.
I am fine with it. The only thing that's going to happen now is football, basketball, whoever can give the better NIL deals, that's who the best players are going to go to.
Exactly.
That's just what it is. Now it doesn't matter what your coach's name is. Oh, it doesn't matter that Michigan State has Tom Izzo because Tom Izzo isn't giving the NIL he's doing over here, so it don't matter. So
it's not just the big schools giving stuff away anymore.
Right, exactly. So now you have the big man coach and not get the person. All right.
I have problems with that, but you know something? My best friend in the world, Dave Later, who was head coach of DePaul last year until he got fired, he now works for the NIL for a guy by the name who was the head coach of UConn. And so that's my boy. So I'm gonna roll with my boy. Right. But that's the life that's going on right now, the NIL. And right now, as a coach, you got to go recruit. My boy Dave now, they come to him. A little different. He got to go out there and go out and try to search and recruit players. They come to him. And the guy I'm talking about is Kevin Ollie. He runs
Oh,
the
okay,
NIL
yeah,
in the NBA. He played for UConn, who
yeah.
was coached by my boy Dave Lato. Yeah, but anyway, what I'm saying is, hey, to get paid for your likeness, I gotta go with it. I gotta go with it. And obviously Lou Saban has a problem with it because he can't get that now. And
Yeah,
Barry Sanders, my man, is getting all the best players now because, like Greg said, it don't matter what your coach is. It doesn't matter how much you're gonna get paid.
Yeah.
Is that right or is it wrong?
I think it's right. I like it.
Yeah, that's what it is right now.
They'll probably try at some point. I can see they're going to try to probably put some kind of regulations on it. I like it because
they gotta do something. They gotta do something
because now it's going to make teams that used to not have a chance to get the better players and build a program and try to compete. It's going to give them teams a chance.
Yeah,
I think it breeds for more parity
more parity and better games. So I think it's going to take probably 4 or 5 years before you start seeing a difference. But I think you're going to start seeing a brighter amount of teams that are in it at the end of the year because of the NIL.
I agree.
You know, hey, these people make. I can't say that word because we're on TV. These people make millions.
Oh yeah.
Kids. I understand they get paid for education and stuff like that paid for, but still, you make millions off these kids. It ain't hurting for these kids to be able to make some money off their name.
Yeah.
Because that kid could go out there tomorrow, be at practice, blow a knee out,
exactly.
Yeah,
I watched it happen here at Ball State.
That's absolutely correct.
You probably heard of him. He's a wide receiver back in the early 2000s. Dante Love. He was like the number 1 ranked college wide receiver. Won that best receiver award. Playing, I forget who Ball State was playing against, but me and Dad was live at the game. He caught a ball in the first half, and when he went forward, he kind of was leaning forward with his head down. Collision messed him up. Could never play football again. It was going to be a first-round draft pick in the NFL. And ended up being almost paralyzed. I don't know if I think he might have started walking again. I know there for a while he was in a wheelchair stuff, messed up his spine. But
and so many players.
That one hit, he lost millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And his whole life.
And the thing is, a lot of these players come from broken homes. They're damn near homeless, or they're from the hood, and they want to support their families, and that is a great incentive for them to go and play sports to take care of their families.
Yes, exactly.
And now they'll be able to do it staying close to home now at a lot of these schools too.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want now.
It'll be a lot easier for these schools to keep some of their hometown players in state now as well.
And also, fellas, you can add an additional year in basketball. Anyway, you can add additional year. So if you play foot, you can add an additional year. You can be a 5th-year player in NCAA basketball.
Redshirt a season.
Yeah, no, not even that. Because of the pandemic, you can have another year. Look how many 5-year players are playing right now in NCAA this year. I don't know if they're going to put a stop to that. But
probably after a couple more years, once it won't affect anybody that was in school when the pandemic went on. I would say after that they probably will go back.
You're right. You're right. Yep, absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Because I know my boy. I'm a big college wrestling fan.
DePaul ended up playing for Miami, who played in the Final Four. If y'all remember, he was at DePaul. He played 4 years. He played at Kansas. He then went to 3-4 different schools. Went to DePaul for 2 years, and then ended up playing at Miami this past year as a 5th-year player. I don't think he's gonna make the NBA, but he did what he had to do. Right. But as far as the NIL is concerned, I like it because players should be able to get paid because the coaches are getting paid. You know what I mean? They're making so much money off football and basketball. Why not? If you can go in the real world, you can go work at 16, 17, 18 and get paid.
Honestly,
tennis players can get paid. Golf players can get paid. If it weren't why not NCAA, football, basketball, whatever.
Yeah.
If it weren't for college football and college basketball, there wouldn't be any other college sports.
That's correct. They support the other programs.
Yeah.
They do support
I'm a big college wrestling fan. I love college wrestling. hey, there wouldn't be no college wrestling if football and basketball wasn't paying for it because the schools don't have any money.
True that.
It gets paid.
Yeah.
They
I
bring
agree.
in money that pay for all the athletic stuff. But because I love college wrestling, and you see a lot of the guys got that extra year. So some of them they redshirted a year, plus they got the extra year for COVID. So you get end up 6 years.
Yep.
Hey, Kay, you know something, Chris? I gotta start watching your wrestling shows. I'm not a wrestling guy, but I gotta start watching your shows, man. I gotta see what's going on.
Hey, I'm always doing something with wrestling. We travel around and do live shows, do live commentary for independent shows. I do about 4 a month. I'm busy about every weekend.
I believe that because you don't sleep, bro. You don't sleep at all.
Not much. I have trouble sleeping. I have some nerve and muscles issues. My leg hurts real bad. So I have trouble sleeping. So that's why you usually see me up about all night I'm usually on the computer working on something for the next day for the show.
Yeah.
And I got intros made for all the shows last night.
I saw them. They're nice. You did the damn thing. They're nice.
That Matthew Briggs. If you need an intro, hit him up. He does overlays and all kinds of other stuff. And but hit him up, and he does at a reasonable price. And he's actually making me 2 more right now for my my shows on my own network.
Okay.
For my Gonzo Sports Room and my wrestling show. I'm having to make me intros for those now.
Hey, you better hook up my boy Greg because he's the man. You better hook him up.
Yeah, man. We'll definitely, I'll definitely make sure to get in contact with him, with Matthew on that.
He's in the main chat group. I just went on there and clicked on his profile and sent him a personal message.
Hey, Greg's the man. Okay. He's low profile, low key, but I know.
Because I tried to make one, and mine didn't come out near as good as the ones he makes. So I saw the one he made for Unscripted. I was like, "Who made that for you guys?" And they told me, and as soon as I got that show last night,
but how come Greg won't invite me on his show, man? I don't understand.
I got you, Kyle, man. I got you.
Hey, the A7 Network was so great, and I'm so proud to be able to call y'all my friends. And I met so many good people on the network, and I'm very happy, man. I just want to thank y'all for real.
Like I've always told you, you're welcome to come on. I like when we have other people on, get other people's opinions. It's fun. Like I said earlier, I love doing it. I'd rather do it with people than by myself. I do one show by myself, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I like doing it, but I wish I had somebody doing that one with me, just because it's like it's funner to have somebody to talk to than just talking to yourself.
Well, Chris, Chris, thank you so much, man. You're doing a damn thing, and I'm proud of you, man. Greg, I'm not happy with him right now, but Chris, you're the man.
Greg, when it gets football season, I'll have to come on your show so we can talk some football.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. We play the Colts week to week, so there it is. We'll definitely talk about the game.
I can't wait for football season. Speaking of football,
hey, we already know who's gonna win. Greg, I'm sorry, bro. I know you're gonna get mad at me. I'm rolling with Buffalo, man. I think it's their time. I'm sorry, bro. Just saying.
Speaking of NFL, you guys think that we'll start with this one. Will Deshaun Watson get suspended?
Yes.
He probably will, yeah.
I think the NFL almost has to at this point.
They gotta do something, man.
Because now you already got these women complaining about him getting a job, which I don't agree. I mean, I understand him being upset, but I don't agree that he shouldn't have the opportunity to get a job because he hasn't been proven guilty of anything. Exactly. You're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, so it shouldn't affect him being able to try to get a job. Now,
and fellas, it's only civil. It's only civil cases.
Yeah,
it's a little different.
But because the NFL's code of conduct, I could see them, and with just the backlash that they know they'll get if he don't get suspended at all.
But I think he's gonna get 4 to 6 games.
I was gonna say I think he might. I was gonna say I think he might get 6 games.
Okay, so that would mean
a lot of money.
Baker. If Baker is still in Cleveland,
yeah,
that would mean he would start the first 6 games while Deshaun is
if they don't get rid of him quick.
Yeah, if they don't.
Someone's got to take on his contract, and nobody want to take on his contract.
All right.
Yeah, he was one of them guys that got overdrafted.
I've been saying it. Baker Mayfield is.
Hey, I was a Baker fan. I was a Baker Mayfield fan because I liked the story of how he was a walk on and everything, and I liked how he played in college. But when he got drafted that high, I told my son, I said I like him. And I think he's good, but he shouldn't have been drafted. He's number one overall. He shouldn't have been number one overall.
No. Baker Mayfield got that because they beat the Steelers in the playoff game. The Steelers' defense was not good at that time. They won that one. You saw the real Baker Mayfield that first 3 quarters. That next round when they played the Chiefs, they were down 19-3. And they were getting wiped off the field until Patrick got hurt. And then it started getting close because Patrick had got hurt. Other than that, they would have got blown out. So, no, Baker Mayfield is not that guy.
No, hey, you know something? I think Baker Mayfield, he had a surgery, so his shoulder's hopefully close to 100%. I think if you were, I don't know how it's going to happen, if it could happen, send him to Carolina. I think that would be the best spot for him as far as his prolonging his career. I think
that might work.
That either Carolina or Seattle. But I'm going to lean towards Carolina. I mean, hey, Beckman, he's still a young pup. He had a surgery. Maybe he'll learn from his mistakes. I think he's still a viable quarterback. I don't know if he's all that. But I mean, I think he's a viable quarterback. I think he could be very effective in Carolina, especially with their running game.
He'd be better than what Carolina has right now.
Yeah, he'd be better. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, that's not saying a whole lot, but he'd be better than what they have
right now. Right. No, I get. You know, he gonna make. He's guaranteed $19 million. Somebody got to pay that. Somebody. They already paid Deshaun Watson $230 million guaranteed. They got to get rid of him somehow, some way, and the only way they can do it is either have a team take on his contract or Cleveland pay most of his contract. Those are only 2 options.
Yeah. Well, no, don't get me wrong. He might go to Carolina and fit in the Matt Rule's offense good and do decent. I mean, it'd be possible, but I wouldn't bank on it if I had to bet. But like I said,
you gotta stop doing them goddamn commercials all the
time. Yeah, them progressive commercials. Yeah.
But like I said, if I'm Carolina, if I can get him, I'd take him because he's better than what I have.
You take on his contract.
I don't know if I'd take on that contract though.
Well,
that's the problem.
Yeah, it's only 3 places he can go: Carolina, Seattle, Houston. So
what if nobody will trade for him and they release him? Then he'd sign a new contract, right? And they'd have to pay. They'd have to pay him whatever they owed him.
No, because the contract is guaranteed, bro. He can't do that. The contract is guaranteed.
But that's what I'm saying. If they release him, if Cleveland releases him, Cleveland has to pay him his money, and then whoever he goes to signs him on a new contract.
Oh yeah, if they pay him that $19 million, you think they're gonna do that?
If they can't find, well, I think teams know that eventually they're going to have to release him if nobody trades for him. So I think that's what teams are waiting on.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Because there's not a lot of interest, so they're like, oh, he'll be here, and we'll wait till they release him, and we'll get him cheaper.
I think Cleveland's going to have to pay half his contract to entice some other teams, and they're going to wait before training camp. But something's going to happen. He's going to be playing somewhere. I don't think it's going to be Cleveland, but he's going to be playing somewhere.
If he's over $11 million this year, you're paying 9 of it. And we'll make a trade.
No, make a trade, right?
Yeah, I only have $2 million invested in him in the first year with me, and then get a new contract signed with him.
I agree.
I'll do something like that. There ain't no way I'd be wanting to pay no 11, 12 million to bring him in. That's
no. Mm-mm.
See if Sam Darnold can do anything, which he ain't showed that he's going to be able to yet.
I don't know.
I think the Jets ruined him. I think he lost his confidence in New York. And now he got hit so much, he's so uncomfortable in the pocket that he can't focus on trying to read coverage and stuff. He's so worried about getting his head took off.
I agree.
I think he's gotten broken mentally.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
And as an athlete, once you start doubting yourself a little bit, it's hard to get it back. I mean,
and also, folks, when you make someone a first round pick like the Giants with their quarterback, they're sticking with him. They're still giving him as many opportunities as they possibly can, even though he's kind of shaky. But because a lot of owners and general managers, because they make that pick, they want to make sure that pick that they made is representative of what they chose.
Yeah.
So sometimes they're going to keep them longer than they would normally do.
This is going to be Daniel Jones' year to prove it.
Yeah,
I hope so.
But the thing is, if he can just cut down on, if they improve that offensive line and he just cuts down on his turnovers, he'd be fine.
I agree.
Because he can. I mean, he can throw the football, and he's mobile.
Yeah, he's mobile.
He makes some good plays, but then he'll get hit from behind and be a fumble, or he'll throw a terrible interception at the worst time possible.
And quite as careful, folks, who has ever had the worst career their first year as a quarterback than Peyton Manning? Look it up. Ain't nobody in NFL history had a worse career first year as Peyton Manning.
I think
look it up.
Nobody.
I think what's his name did this year? Trevor Lawrence. I think he had the worst year this year.
Well, remember Aikman was 1-15 his first year.
Right?
they knocked the crap out of Troy Aikman.
Peyton threw all kinds of interceptions his first year. He led the league.
I think he threw. I don't know how many.
Yeah,
I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he was acting up.
Yeah, I think it was 26.
Yeah, 26. Yeah.
They went 3-13, and then the next year they went 13-3.
Yep.
And I think he turned out pretty good. I think he did all right.
Yep, he did good.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite player of all time.
Yeah, he did all right. He did all
right after that. Yeah. He ended up being better than Ryan Leaf was.
Oh, man.
Man. Wow.
That was 2 years in a row.
Chiefs ruined Ryan Leaf.
2 years in a row, the Colts made the right call between Leaf and Manning, and then Edgerrin James and Ricky Williams.
Oh, Ricky Williams, yeah.
Ricky Williams. Oh, yes.
That's right. Edge, yeah.
I used to argue with people going, "Oh, the Colts need to take Ryan Leaf." I said, "Are you guys fucking nuts? You don't need Ryan Leaf." I was a big Peyton Manning fan. I watched him play in college, and so I was like, "No, we don't want Ryan Leaf."
Yeah, I remember the game. Okay, so it was Ryan Leaf's rookie year. They were 2-0, and Ryan Leaf played good the first 2 games, and they played the Chiefs. It was a rainy day here and all that. And he played god awful. He completed like 2 passes. And from that day on, Ryan Leaf became the worst quarterback ever. The Kansas City Chiefs ruined Ryan Leaf. And that was the end of that. And he's one of the worst quarterbacks that I've ever seen. I mean, there's been a whole lot, but
then the next year it was between Edgerrin James and Ricky Williams.
Yeah, and they got Edgerrin James. Yeah,
I remember people were so mad when they drafted Edgerrin. What are they doing?
And Ricky Williams was good. I mean, he had a good, career, but
the Edge, man.
Yeah, Edge was definitely
But Bill Polian knew how to put a team together. I mean,
he did.
He just did. I mean, look what he did with Buffalo.
Yep.
Yeah, they didn't win the Super Bowl. They were there 3 years in a row.
Yeah, they made it. Yeah.
Or was it
4? Yeah, 4 years. 4 years straight. Yeah, 4 years straight. Yeah.
And he put that team together. He helped put Carolina together when they came in as an expansion team.
Yep.
And they got real good real quick. And then he came to the Colts.
Yeah.
And we should have came away with more Super Bowls than what we did, but at least we did get one.
Yeah.
Get beat by a damn onside kick in the other one.
Yeah. Well, one of the gutsiest calls ever. Oh, it's the Super Bowl. Let's do the onside kicks.
Oh man.
It's like change the whole game.
Oh yeah.
The whole game. Yeah.
Changed the whole momentum of that game.
Yeah.
Whole momentum of my Super Bowl party, everything. From that point on, I think everybody knew as soon as after the onside kick was covered at the start of the third quarter, I think everybody just knew we knew the Colts was losing. It was just like the whole momentum changed. Everybody having fun, everybody just quiet.
Yeah.
It was awkward watching the second half of that because you just had that feeling that they were getting beat.
Yeah. That was a very fun game though. That Saints Colts Super Bowl was good.
It was. I mean, it was fun, but it just...
yeah, it's always better when you win. I know.
But all right, you guys got. Let's get the final thoughts, and then we'll get out of here till tomorrow afternoon at 1. You got any final thoughts, Greg?
I look for Boston to win tonight. I'm gonna get one of these picks right. One of these has to start going my way. So
pick a green till I get it right.
Yeah. So Boston tonight. It will be a better game. Miami will come to play, but Boston will win tonight.
Colin, man.
Well, Greg, you're my dog. I love you to death, but you were wrong tonight. I'm telling you real quick. Butler's going to come to play. Lowry's going to come to play. And I think that they will win tonight. I don't know, because then they got to go back to Boston. I don't know about that game. But for tonight, I'm going Miami all the way. Sportsl, again, the game is about chess and checkers.
Yes.
And what additional adjustments you can make. They're going to look at film. They're going to see what they can do. And I'm hearing that Williams and Smart might not play tonight as well. I don't know. If they play, it could be a difference because Bam cannot play good against Williams. He got his number. Williams got his number for some reason. Yeah. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Miami tonight for a fact. And again, Chris and Greg, I love y'all, man. Love being on the show. It's a great time, y'all, and it's a pleasure. But I'm going with Miami, Greg. I'm sorry.
Miami, okay.
All right. Yeah, tonight's going to be a good basketball game. Then that's about all it's on tonight. Well, baseball. There's a bunch of baseball games on this evening.
Nice. Yeah.
Actually, there's some on right now. There was actually afternoon games today.
Hey, what's your take on that Donaldson thing?
Oh, Donaldson.
I want to hear this. I want to hear this before we go.
Yeah. We had kind of touched on it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Before I go.
But yeah, Chris, you can go. You can start it off.
I think that I can't remember. Donaldson. I think he's an idiot. I mean, even if you were friends back in 2019, even if it's true, like he said that he used to say it to him all the time, and nothing was said, even though Anderson came out today and said that's not true. But even if that is true, you since then you've had a falling out. If you've had a falling out with a friend, you can't say the same things to that friend that you did as you did when you were a friend.
Right.
So, I mean, and so to me, there just wasn't no reason for it.
Yeah, it's just Josh being dumb, kind of like always, in my opinion. I've never been a big Josh Donaldson fan. When he was playing with the Blue Jays and the Royals, my Royals, we played him in the playoffs. He was always kind of had arrogance, and he would always whine about pitches being too close to him and all that. And I just never really liked him. But to me, just like Chris said, whatever you said as friends, once we're not that, you don't get that privilege to say the same jokes or nicknames or, none of that. So
and using Jackie,
you should have known that. Yeah. So he should have known better.
And let me ask y'all a question real quick, because I don't know, but I heard something this morning. They said, I'm not quoting, but I'm just gonna keep it what I know. Didn't he was involved in somebody getting killed, a former baseball player?
Josh Donaldson we're talking about?
Yeah. Wasn't he involved in killing another, I mean, not like gunshot, but accident or something? Wasn't he involved with something with a former baseball player dying? Am I wrong?
I don't
not
recall
sure
that. I know
think
Hamilton
it was said
had
this morning on this morning's show, for real, on Stephen A. Smith's show. So I don't know. I'm asking you all. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I hadn't heard anything.
I'll have
about
to look
that
that up. Yeah.
Please, because I don't know.
Excuse me. Yeah, I have to check on that.
They said he killed somebody. I'm not gonna go that far, but I think he might have been involved in an incident where a former baseball player passed away. I don't know. Chris, Greg, y'all can look it up. I'll look it up as well. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that because I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm
all
not
right
either.
Well, thank everybody for watching us or joining us today. It was always a good time. Had a lot of people in the comments again. That's always fun to interact with the fans.
Yes.
This has been ASAP in the afternoon or ASAP afternoon Blitz. Almost said ASAP in the morning.
This morning.
Too many shows. That's been the ASAP afternoon Blitz. We're live Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern. Come join us. We appreciate your guys' support. If you haven't liked and subscribed to the ASAP Sports Network, go do it. It's one of the up and coming top sports networks out there. So a lot of good analysts over here. So make sure you come check us out. And we will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for joining us.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we're making a place. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces.